Right, shares at Costco off just about 2.5% following its most recent results here. A mixed picture here from Costco. EPS beating the street's estimates, $3.30. Revenue, though, coming in a bit light, $55.27 billion. Total comp sales here up 5.2%. In the U.S., total comp sales are up 5.7%. Let's talk about these results with Arun Sundaram. He is a CFRA analyst. Arun, great to have you here. So just first, your take on this and the drop that we're seeing in extended trading with Costco.
Hey, yeah, thanks for having me. Yeah, I mean, overall, I thought, it was overall good results, a good bottom line beat, EPS at 330. The consensus was 320. We actually estimated 332 in EPS, so slightly below our expectation. Maybe the only area that I can see that, showed a little bit more weakness was in the operating expense line. Operating expenses was a little bit heavier than we expected, up about 8%. Year over year, and that resulted in some operating expense deleverage, and that could be a little bit worrying because for these big retailers, these retailers need to generate strong sales growth in order to lever operating expenses, and so even though we saw pretty good sales growth, we did see some SG&A delever this quarter. So I think that's the part that's a little bit worrying here.
Always limited surprises with Costco because you get the monthly sales numbers. So anything really surprise you in the numbers you're seeing today?
Yeah, you're right. I mean, on the top line, nothing surprised us there. As you said, Costco is one of the few retailers to release monthly sales figures. So for November, actually, when they released November sales figures, that was a big surprise to the downside. November results came in weaker than the street anticipated. Comp sales in November was 5.3%, and that was a little bit worrying, especially given where consumer spending was heading. But you saw a pretty good rebound in comp sales in December and also in January. In December and January, comp sales came back up and it was above 7%. So a nice rebound from that 5% in November. So good momentum on the top line. We'll see if this can continue because understandably, for Costco as well as throughout retail, discretionary spending is under pressure, and that will likely continue to be under pressure for the rest of this year. So we'll hear more on the earnings call today of what they're seeing exactly in terms of their discretionary mix, which doesn't make up a huge portion of Costco's sales mix, but it is a sizable portion. But Costco is predominantly a food retailer. Over 50% of Costco sales is in the food space. So that discretionary mix is relatively limited, about 25-30%.
Arun, what does all that tell you then about the debate around membership fees, when we would potentially see a hike? I don't see anything in this release on raising membership fees. I'm sure we will either get a question on it or executives commenting on the potential for that. What are you expecting?
Yeah. Everyone's expecting a membership fee increase. I think it's imminent. Costco typically raises membership fees every 5.5 years. The last one was in 2017. So, if history is any sign, then we're likely to see one this year. I think Costco has leverage to raise membership fees this year, especially given that Amazon raised their Prime membership fee last year in the U.S. from $119 to $139. I think that gives Costco a little bit of leverage to also raise their membership fee here, given that both Amazon and Costco, they predominantly tailor to that middle income to upper income consumer base, which is they're faring a little bit better than that lower income consumer base right now.
But don't you dare mess with that $1.50 hot dog and chips and soda combo. Yeah, Sam's Club also raised their prices in August, so they also have some leeway there. But it's only around 2% of their revenue. So how significant a part of the investor story would that be if they're to increase the membership fee as expected?
Yeah, I mean it's a small portion of their revenue, but you have to remember that hiking membership fees is almost 100%. Of a margin. All that benefit flows to the bottom line. So Costco the majority of Costco's operating profits come from the membership fees, not necessarily from selling goods inside their store. So for Costco, it's the most important thing for Costco is to continue to gain new members and also retain the new members that they gain. And the good news is that they have significantly gained members since the pandemic began. They're up about 20% in their membership base since 2019. And the best part is once Costco gains members, rarely do they leave because the Costco's renewal rates are about 92% about in the US and Canada and 90% worldwide. So really strong, loyal customer base. I always joke around that Costco kind of has a cult-like following, similar to maybe some of those Tesla investors out there. So they have a really strong loyalty program, really strong customer base. I think the big thing going forward is, can they continue to gain new members? They've already gained a significant amount since the pandemic began, but where is this incramental membership base going to come from?
Yeah, they do have a cult-like following. Dave is a new member of that cult. Yeah, exactly. Arun, Dave visited his Costco for the first time, I think, in quite some time ever.
Listen, Thin Mint pretzels, Arun. Thin Mint pretzels. That's all I'm going to say here.
There you go. You got the bullish case from Dave. But Arun, you have a hold rating on this stock. What would be the catalyst, or what would get you off the sidelines to have a more bullish view of Costco going forward?
Yeah, it's really due to Costco's valuation. That's what keeps us a little bit hesitant and keeps us on the sidelines. Yeah, fundamentally, we think Costco is a solid story. Good EPS growth, good sales growth, really strong subscription-like revenue with their membership base there. But it's really on the valuation. The shares trade north of 30 times forward earnings. That's one of the most expensive valuations in our big box retail coverage. Walmart trades around 22-ish times. Target trades at around 15 times. So the shares are just a little bit pricey, and that's why we're advising investors just to hold off and maybe wait for a pullback before they get before they start buying any shares there.
Sound advice. Arun Sundaram with the analysis of Costco's Q4 earnings. Appreciate that, sir. Thanks so much.